future fellow weirdo, you're the black sheep of the flock. Come and take a load off, let's have a little talk. This side of the universe, the wildest place you've been. Welcome to the service at the party pen. Have a good time, laugh and giggle.
Come on in and smile just a little.
We're reading God's unofficial bio today.
The Bible lady's gonna
Lead the way. I got the coffee and the smokes, I got the herb and the chair. Got a seat with your name on it waiting right there. Searching for the mystery, a better mind to find. Leave that stuffy, judgy world way back behind. We're the outcasts and the rebels, we're the ones that don't fit in. But there's a holy kind of magic in the middle of the sin.
Yeah, the mystery is deep and the coffee's brewing strong in the most offensive church where we all belong. Have a good time,
Laugh and giggle.
come on in and smile just a little.
We're reading God's unofficial bio today.
The Bible lady's gonna
Lead the way. The mystery of God, what a beautiful find.
a better understanding for a
Black sheep's mind.
Hey there, future fellow weirdo of the flock. You perfect-ass black sheep. Welcome to the most offensive church this side of the universe, the Party Pen. And what we do here in this most amazing place, we read this great-ass book. It's called God Said. What? Because me, God, right now in God voice, I did not say that. This is God's, me, mine, and God voice, my unofficial biography, Das Bible, as read by your Superstone Sage, the Saint of Awesome, Saint Nikki K. the Great. Clap for her, she clap for you. So, come on in this way. I have everything you need for a time that could be considered good. I have cannabis. I have cigarettes. I have coffee. I have a chair with your name on it. So come in. While you are getting all of those things, I will show you the universe known as the Party Pen. So take your seat. Come on, we have good time.
Awesome. Hey. Hi, cousin. Yes, everyone, if you're here, press the like button and the subscribe button. Give me a red pill and a follow. I highly appreciate you and all your loveliness. It's, we're gonna do this because We're also gonna do this. Hey, cousin. Hi, other cousin. I'm trying to be uh quiet-ish. If that's a thing I could do, I'm attempting it. Why is it like that? That's stupid. I think there's cats outside right now being assholes. Okay. That's as good as I can get it because I don't know how to. I don't know how to get it any other way. I don't know how to do it. But oh well. Fuck it. So, we, uh, we are doing things. Things are happening and we are doing them. We're reading Ecclesiastes. This is the most melodramatic book I've ever read since Psalms. And Psalms is totally melodramatic. David needs to get over it. Look, I don't know what's happening, but this book is so melodramatic. It is more melodramatic than the Psalms. And you know, Psalms, those things will make your butthole cry. Look, this Ecclesiastes, this is just as bad. Well, I hope you guys are ready for some melodrama. Listen, I rolled myself a blunt. I went to the store earlier and I was like, I could buy a blunt. No, I haven't rolled a blunt in like, I don't know, a couple of weeks. Dude, this thing is humongous. I've smoked a lot of it, but all of it was that thick, dude. Like, huge. That was the real thing that happened. I was trying to wait to see if anybody else was coming in. It doesn't look like it. Oh! Nolly, my mom will be here Saturday at 2:30 and maybe Sunday at 2:30. She wants to discuss the book of Job and she's been working real hard on it, taking her mind off of Dan. I've put her to a task of explaining Job, because it's the only thing I could think to keep her mind busy. So she's going to be doing that Saturday and Sunday. I talked her into Sunday. Just to keep her mind busy. All right. So, oh, yeah. Yesterday we were talking about uh chapter 6, 5 and 6 was like, everything sucks. and it is good. And then there is an evil. And then chapter 7. I wish Rachel was here. Yeah, I it I don't know what I think of it, but I know that my mom knows a lot of stuff about things, so I just put her on the task of the book of Job. But I was just letting you know if you wanted to pop in and throw my mom off, feel free. It'll be fun. We'll give my mom ADHD. So we're going to do chapter 7. Yeah. But just know, my version of God and Satan and that story is totally how it would be. Because Satan tells God to his face, everybody hates you. And then God's like, nah, my boy Job over here, he don't hate me. And Satan's like, let me fuck him up. I'll bet he'll hate you. And then Satan fucked him up, and Job didn't hate God. And God was like, off the backboard, bitch. It was a whole thing. Yeah. It was a whole thing. And yeah, that did happen. It was a thing. Yeah. That'll be awesome. And I found, now I don't know where I put them, but I did find them. It was the little thing for my grandma's funeral, little funeral card. I have one for you. I didn't get one of Mary's. I didn't, they didn't give me anything of Mary's. I'm guessing they just wanted to just get it over with because it's too much shit. I don't know. I can't imagine what any of them are going through. And especially my mom, sister, mom, and husband, all in like the same 6 months. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. But I don't know. I want to stop thinking about that. We need to read Melodrama, chapter 7. A good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death is better than the day of one's birth. Better to go to the house of mourning than go to the house of feasting. For that is the end of all men, and the living will take it to heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by a sad countenance the heart is made better. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. Oh my God! How much do you hate yourself, Solomon? What are you even talking about? I guess if you want to live for a long time, maybe you should be that sad and hateful. My God. Have a good name, but make sure you're always sad. Because being sad is better than not being sad. And being laughing, well, that's just shitty to be laughing. How dare you laugh? Solomon, man. Okay. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools. For like the crackling of thorns under a pot, so is the laughter of the fool. This is also vanity. Surely oppression destroys a wise man's reason, and a bribe debases, and a bribe debases the heart. Okay. The end of a thing is better than its beginning. The patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Do not hasten in your spirit to be angry, for anger rests in the bosom of fools. Yeah, I had a real problem with that the other day. Yeah. Do not say, why was back in the day better than today? Because back in the day was better than today. Everything back in the day, including the food, was way better than the shit they got now. Don't even say that, Solomon, because you know about the food. You know the food was way better back in the 90s. Quit it. For you do not inquire wisely concerning this. Not if we ask you and your sad, depressed ass. I ain't asking you nothing. Man, this guy is so dramatic. Look, I don't know what's happening. Wisdom is good with an inheritance and profitable to those who see the sun. For wisdom is a defense, as money is a defense. But the excellence of knowledge is that wisdom gives life to those who have it. Consider the work of God, for who can make straight what he has made crooked? And in the day of prosperity, be joyful, but in the day of adversity, consider. Surely God has appointed the one as well as the other, that man can find nothing that will come after him. Here he goes. He's constantly reminding himself that his son's about to take over and be king. Like he indirectly calls his kids stupid all the time. Like all throughout this book, he talks about what's coming after him. And what's coming after him is his son. And he's like, what if the person that comes after me is an asshole? What if he's an idiot? Well, first off, he would know. So obviously he is an asshole and an idiot. But remember, this is his journal entries. Yes, no problem, cousin. But Solomon is out of control. See the sun, wisdom is a defense, those who have it. Prosperity, joyful, the day of adversary. But in the day of adversity, consider, surely God has appointed one as well as the other, so that man can find out nothing that will come after him. Yeah, see, he's always worried about what's coming next. Listen, you wise ass, you'll never know that. But you could look at your son and pretty much guess what's coming next. Because you pretty much did in like the first 3 chapters. You were like, all of this shit I have is going to be ruined. They're going to take my nice muscle car and turned it into Pimp My Ride. You cannot have my muscle car for your Pimp My Ride. That's what Solomon's saying right now. Okay. I have seen everything in my days of vanity. There is a just man who perisheth. There is a just man who perishes in his righteousness, and there is a wicked man who prolongs life in his wickedness. That's called pickling your soul. You pickle your soul with the wickedness and the hatred and the anger and all of that. If you want to die for real, get happy. If you want to live for real, hate everything. Okay. Do not be overly righteous. Yeah, like ask me in my chat how long I've been saved for. How long have you been saved? What Bible do you read? I'm more righteous than you. I know big words. Roar. Yeah, fuck you. That's what I think. Okay. Do not be overly righteous, nor be overly wise. Why should you destroy yourself? Do not be overly wicked, nor foolish. Why should you die before your time? It is good that you grasp this, and also do not remove your hand from the other. Okay. For he who fears God will escape them all. Wisdom strengthens the wise more than 10 rulers of the city. Why does the city need 10 rulers? Just look, I need a burp. This is making me gassy. Something is happening. I don't even know. Look. For there is not a just man on earth who does good and does not sin. Because sometimes you got to do the wrong thing to do the right thing. You're a sinner, son. Also, do not take to heart everything people say, lest you hear your servant cursing you. Ooh, that motherfucker. For many times also, your own heart has known that even you have cursed others. I might have. Well, actually, no, I totally did that. And as a matter of fact, I promised I wouldn't do that ever again because it actually worked. No, I'm never going to do that again. I benefited from it. But yeah, I'm not going to go around cursing people because it's a bad idea. And I shouldn't have done it in the first place. Where are we at? Curse others. All this I have proved by wisdom. I said, I'll be wise, but it was far from me. As for that which is far off and exceedingly deep, who can find it out? A submarine. That's, just kidding. No, I'm not. It would be a submarine. Alec, submarine. I applied my heart to know, to search, to seek and destroy. Time marches on. No, that's not what it said. To search and seek out wisdom and the reason of things. Finally found a reason. I don't need an excuse. Okay. So find the reason to know the wickedness of folly, even of foolishness and madness. See, I think this right here was an excuse for Solomon to play dress up and go hang out with regular people. I can't prove it, but I do think I really think this was Solomon's like, you know what? I'll just go see stupid people. Let me dress up like a vagrant. I'm gonna go fuck off with regular people. Okay, reason and madness. And I find more bitter than death the women whose heart is snares and nets, whose hands are fetters. He who pleases God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be trapped by her. Hey, warrior, how are you? Hey, Chris, how are you? Okay, trapped by her. Here is what I have found, says the preacher. So, this is his conclusion for this day's journal diary or journal entry. Adding one thing to the other to find out the reason which my soul still seeks, but I cannot find. That's because you got to sing the Christmas song. Put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking out the door. That's how you solve that problem, Solomon. Put one foot in front of the other. Yeah. Now, hold on. Adding one thing to the other to find out the reason, comma, adding one thing to the other to find out why my soul still seeks, but I cannot find. And I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Poor Solomon. One man among 1,000 I have found, but a woman among all these I have not found. Truly, this only I have found, that God made man upright, but they have sought out many schemes. That's how they keep God on the codependent thing. This is why God's codependent, Solomon. Because this exact reason right here, you can't figure it out because you're a part of that relationship. Something is happening. I don't know. But welcome, everybody. So, Warrior, what are you up to? What are you doing? Yeah. So, what are you doing, Chris? My mom is gonna be here Saturday at 2:30. reading and discussing the book of Job. And my cousin Nolly's gonna come and try to throw my mom off. It's gonna be great. We're trying to take my mom off of this whole shit with her husband. Did I tell you what happened? Is the craziest fucking thing. I'm still shocked by it. I'm here to listen. Good. I'm here to read. And just know Solomon he's such a drama queen. Look, he's so melodramatic right now in this book. It will be a fun time. And I do hope you show up. Show up for my mom. It's Saturday at 2:30 because my mom is really sad. And I'm trying to take her mind off of her husband. So we got to pretend to pay attention. And then wait for Nolly to come in and throw my mom off. It'll be great. All right, let me roll this cigarette and then we'll get on to chapter 8. So, Chris, what do you know about this Solomon's journal called Ecclesiastes? Did you hear that? Did you hear that sound? That was my cat sneezing. My cats, all of them, they all have a cold. And do you hear that? She is sneezing so loud. That's my mountain cat sneezing like that. Okay. I don't remember what I was saying. All right, here we go. Chapter 8. So, okay, so this is a new day. Let's see what's aggravating Solomon this day. Okay. Who is like a wise man, and who knows the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom makes his face shine, and the sternness of his face is changed. What? I don't know what the fuck that means. What? A man's wisdom makes his face shine, and the sternness of his face is changed. So when he thinks of something smart, he smiles. That works. Okay. I say, keep the king's commandment for the sake of your oath to God. Do not be hasty to go from his presence. Do not take your stand for an evil thing, for he does whatever pleases him. Okay. Yeah, but what if the king wanted to do the evil thing, though? See, that's bad advice because you never know. You let the king give his opinion, then you're like, that's exactly what I was thinking. That's a good idea. Where the word of a king is, there is power. And who may say to him, what are you doing? He who keeps his command will experience nothing harmful. And a wise man's heart discerns both time and judgment. What? I'm having a hard time. Who may say to him? Okay. So who's gonna tell the king, what are you doing? But if he keeps the king's commandment, he won't experience anything harmful. And a wise man's heart discerns both between time and judgment. Words and things. These are just words and things. What does it mean? No one even knows. These are words and words. Nobody even knows what it means. I know what it means. It don't mean shit. Okay. Because for every matter, there is a time and judgment. Though the misery of a man increases greatly, for he does not know what will happen. So here he is again. It always goes back to this. Knowing what's going to happen to his kingdom after him. He is, for some reason, he is very, 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 very worried about his kingdom when he dies. Like, he already knows who he's giving the kingdom to, right? He's old enough to know which son it is. And then he's gonna know whether that son's smart or not. So he's sitting in his journal right here, indirectly talking shit, looking like he's talking about something else. But what he's really talking about is, dear God, my son is stupid, save my kingdom. Like, he's like depressed. He's writing this like a teenage girl. What book and verse are you reading from? Ecclesiastes. I'm in the middle of chapter 8. Verse 6. We'll start at verse 6. Let me know where you're at. All the contractors have to sign NDAs. If they even knew that he told us what his job was, he'd be fired immediately. I know that because Fred tells me that all the time. Fred don't tell me that all the time. He used to tell me that about being on the internet, we're not supposed to know they're on the internet. Or they're not supposed to know they're on the internet. Anyway, they're supposed to be faceless. And I promise Warrior in the Garden, I did not um ad lib very much. As a matter of fact, I don't think I ad libbed at all. I just have problems understanding this shit. Because I don't know what it means. Okay. Okay, we're going to start over at verse 6. Because for every matter there is a time and judgment. Though the misery of a man increases greatly, because he does not know what will happen. And who can tell him when it will occur? No one has power over the Spirit to detain the Spirit, and no one has power in the day of death. There is no release from that war, and wickedness will not deliver to those who are given to it. Look, that's a real life thing. Look, when you make a deal with the devil, he's a tricksy guy. Yeah, you ask for one thing, but he gives you something totally different. Mhm. That's why when the Democrats try to use their word magic, they get shit on because they're fucking with the devil. Chris, I tried to tell you, there are a lot of government people that watch my channel. They love my religious, uh, what did they call it? Extremism. The government loves my extremism. So be careful talking too much about government things. Because it just take making one of those guys buttholes spit in their pants and then my channel's gone. It's not just the Democrats. Yeah, I know. I know, but I know. But it's easier to say Democrats because they are the loudest about it. They are some word magic speaking motherfuckers. And their shit gets dumped on their head all the time. It's the example I have. Because I don't pay attention to the riot. As a matter of fact, I don't watch any of the news. I don't watch any of that shit anymore. I white pilled myself. I still know to look under the headline, look in between the words. Like I do all that. I can pretty much figure out it's the opposite of what it says, and that's all I need to know. If the news says that, the other thing is happening. Because if this, then that. Formal logic. And if the news lies to you, like it always has, you can assume the opposite is going to happen. And that's just what I do. And I don't mean to bring government into my channel. Democrats is the only example I have of that specific thing. You want to hit this blunt, warrior? Look at this thing, dude. It's so big. I rolled this myself. It's as big as a fucking finger. It's as thick as a finger. I've smoked a lot of it. It was bigger than my finger, but it's as thick as a finger, dude. Shit. Warrior in the Garden. Did I just make you mad at me? Don't be mad at me. Finish this story. We're almost done. I'm gonna finish this story before I insert foot in mouth. Okay. Okay, those are again. All this I have seen and applied my heart to every work that is done under the sun. There's a time in which one man rules over another to his own hurt. Yeah, that is, damn. I see it flying. Damn. I think I'm hallucinating flies. I don't know. Okay. Anyway. Then I saw the wicked buried who had come and gone from the place of holiness, and they were forgotten in the city where they had so done. This also is vanity, because the sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the hearts of the sons of men are fully set in them to do evil. Though a sinner does evil 100 times, and his days are prolonged, because he pickles his soul. Yeah, it's fucking humongous, this blunt. Wait, the Lesser Key of Solomon. Is that another Jew Journal fantasy novel? Look, we're staying in the Bible. I'm staying in the Bible right here. I can't read any other books, although I'm going to keep that in my mind. But anyway, says, because many though a sinner does evil 100 times, his days are prolonged because he pickles his soul. Yet I surely know that it will be well with those who fear God, who fear before him, but it will not be well with the wicked, nor will he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he does not fear before God. You can't say the two different things in the same fucking sentence. Either they didn't write that right, or he's, again, just being dramatic. Because you can't say evil prolongs the day and then God doesn't prolong the days of the wicked. But you just said up here the wicked are prolonged. I don't know what the fuck is happening. There's a vanity which occurs on the earth, that there are just men to whom it happens according to the work of the wicked. Again, there are wicked men to whom it happens according to the work of the righteous. I said, this also is vanity. Yeah, but what is it though? Wait a minute. Okay, there's a vanity. There are just men to whom it happens according to the work of the wicked. Again, there are wicked men to whom it happens according to the work of the righteous. Okay, yeah, but what is it? What is it? It's it. What is it? I said, this also is vanity. So I commended enjoyment because a man has nothing better under the sun than to eat, drink, and be merry. He says this every single time. For this will remain with him and his labor all the days of his life, which God gives him under the sun. When I applied my heart to know wisdom and to see the busyness that is done on earth, even though one sees no sleep day or night, then I saw all the work of God, that a man cannot find out the work that is done under the sun. For though a man labors to discover it, he will not. Moreover, though a wise man attempts to know it, he will not. Okay, there we go. That's the end of chapter 8. Ooh, and we are right at an hour. So, what's everybody wanting to do? We could. How many? Oh, shit. Yeah, why don't we just finish this book tonight? Because if we finish it tonight, we can start my favorite book tomorrow. So excited. Yeah, so excited. Hey, and do you guys know? Do you guys know what else is coming up? I'll tell you. I'm about to be going on Foxhole Squares in a couple days. I think it's like 8 days. I'll be on there in 8 days. Boom, boom. Foxhole Squares. Okay. So let's finish this. There's only 3 chapters left, and we're just going to finish them. Okay. I'm trying to make sure I have it. Right? It didn't fuck up. Okay. All right. So, chapter 9. I considered all this in my heart so that I could declare it to all. No, I lied. That's not what it said. For I considered all this in my heart so that I could declare it all, that the righteous, the wise, and their works are in the hand of God. People know neither love nor hatred by anything they see before them. All things come alike to all. One event happens to the righteous and the wicked, to the good, the clean, and the unclean, to him who sacrifices and him who doesn't. As is the good, so is the sinner. He who takes an oath, as he who takes an oath, he who fears an oath. This is an evil, and all that is done under the sun, that one thing happens to all. Truly, the hearts of the sons of men are full of evil. Madness is in their hearts while they live, and after that they go to the dead. But for him who is joined to all the living, there is hope, for a living dog is better than a dead lion. Dun, dun, dun. For the living know they will die, but the dead know nothing, and they have no more reward, for the memory of them is forgotten. Also, their love, their hatred, their envy have now perished. Nevermore would they have a snare or a share in anything done under the sun. Oh, okay, he's scared of dying. Like at first I thought maybe he was like, my son's an asshole, I'm gonna ruin my kingdom. But the more I think about it, the more I think Solomon's afraid of dying. He's afraid of dying. Go, eat your bread with joy, drink your wine with a merry heart, for God has already accepted your works. Let your garments always be white, and let your head lack no oil. Live joyfully with the wife whom you've had all the days of your vain life. Love me, Dustin. Live joyfully with the wife whom you love all the days of your vain life, which he has given you, all your days of vanity. For that is your portion in life, and the labor which you perform under the sun. Now he's given himself tough love. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. For there is no work or device or knowledge, even wisdom, in the grave where you are going. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, bread to the wise, or riches to men of understanding. No favor to man of skill, but time and chance happens to them all. Look, that's an ICP song. Uh, well, it's in the Wizard of the Hood song. Uh, when Violent J's singing about going home. He's like, it's all about time and chance. It's gotta be. You've got Trailer Park Moms winning Powerball lotteries, and if a little girl gets stuck in a well, you have the whole world feeling the hell and trying to help. We got good intentions, maybe bad ideas. Anyway, that's ICP. Anyway, but time and chance happen to them all. For man also does not know his time. Like fish taken in a cruel net, like birds caught in a snare. So the sons of men are snared in an evil time. When it suddenly falls upon them. This wisdom I have also seen under the sun, and it seemed great to me. There was a little city with a few men in it, and a great king came against it, besieged it, built great snares around it. Now there was found in it a poor wise man, and by his wisdom delivered the city, yet no one remembered that same poor man. Then I said, yeah, it seems like he might want to try to make things right before he croaks, but I think he's scared of croaking. I think at first I thought he was indirectly talking shit about Hezekiah. But the more I'm reading it, it's like, oh, he's afraid of dying. That makes sense. He's afraid of dying. One second. Okay. So what are we on? Okay, and then I said, wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. Words of the wise, spoken quietly, should be heard rather than the shout of a ruler of fools. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroys much good. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. All right, we're almost done. We've got 2 pages. 1, 2. Okay, 3 pages. It's front and back. 3 pages. I'm so excited. Man, we're finishing another book. This is so exciting. Okay. Here we go. Flies in the Vaseline wheel. Sometimes I close my eyes. Keep getting stuck here all the time. Look, dead flies putrefy the perfumer's ointment because flies in the Vaseline we are. Okay. And they cause it to give off a foul odor. So does a little folly to one respected for wisdom and honor. A wise man's heart is at his right hand, but a fool's heart at his left. Even when a fool walks along the way, he lacks wisdom. And he shows everyone that he is a fool. If the spirit of the ruler rises against you, do not leave your post, for conciliation pacifies great offenses. Also, so does comedy. If you're a comedian, if you can make somebody laugh. There is an evil I have seen under the sun, as an error proceeding from the ruler. Folly is set in great dignity, while the rich sit in a lowly place. I have seen servants on horses, while princes walk on the ground like servants. Oh no. Was it one of those festivals that, because I heard that shit happens at festivals. He who digs a pit will fall into it, and whoever breaks through a wall will be bitten by a serpent. He who quarries stones may be hurt by them, and he who splits wood may be endangered by it. If the axe is dull, if it's dull, and you do not sharpen the edge, then you have to use strength, but wisdom breeds success. Yeah. A serpent may bite when it is not charmed, but the babbler is no different. The words of a wise man's mouth are gracious, but the lips of a fool shall swallow him up. The words of his mouth begin with foolishness, and the end of his talk is raving madness. Yeah, because people are stupid. And I like to think it's on purpose because they're probably stupid on purpose. Uh, Wait. But a wise man, the lips of a fool swallow him up. The words of his mouth begin with foolishness, and the end of his talk is raving madness. That's where I left off. A fool also multiplies words. In the New Testament, remember when Jesus is like, don't be like these terrible ass people and use all these fucking words and blah blah crap. You don't need all that shit. Right? And then I pointed out and how Paul uses words. Oh, so many fucking words, like multiplies words. Like, that's how you know. It's a bad guy. Talks too much. Yeah. No man knows what is to be. Who can tell him what will be after him? Here he goes again. I don't think he wants to die. I think he's scared of dying. It's driving him mad. The labor of fools wearies them, for they do not know how. They do not even know how to go to the city. I know somebody like that. Woe to you, land, when your king is a child and your princes feast in the morning. Blessed are you when your king is the son of nobles and your princes feast at the proper time. For strength and not drunkenness. Because of laziness, the building decays. Yes. Yes. It's kind of what happened at Katrina. You know, they didn't do very good maintenance and the shit exploded. Yeah. And through idleness of hands, the house leaks. A feast is made for laughter, and wine makes merry. But money answers everything. Except for the bell, for whom the bell tolls. Money don't count. Money answers, do not curse the king, even in your thought. Do not curse the rich, even in your bedroom. For a bird of the air may carry your voice, and a bird in flight may tell the matter. Damn. Hey, Chris, your less is more. I don't even know, but the less clothes you have on, the more better it is for, well, I'd say for me, but that was a weird thing to say. Never mind. See, if I could remember what was happening. Through laziness, the building is a cave. Yes. But hey, talk to me while I roll this cigarette, Chris. I don't know who's still here. Warrior, are you still here? Talk to me while I smoke this cigarette real quick. What do you think? What do you think about what we're reading so far? How about that? Chris, what do you think? Warrior, what do you think? Do you think like he's indirectly talking shit about his kid? Or like do you think he's like really afraid? He's like, oh my god, I didn't think about what's next. I'm about to die. Oh my god. I'm gonna write in my journal like a teenage girl about how I don't want to die. Yeah, this is the most dramatic book. More dramatic than Psalms, and it's not that long either. But I could see this would be your favorite book. I could see why. Because it's all dramatic and shit. You know what's funny, Chris? Because you weren't here the first day I read this book. When it was talking about in the first chapter, vanity of vanities, it's all vanities. I remember you saying that to me when I had to get my teeth removed. Well, the rest of them removed, you know, because bad mouth hygiene and shit. Uh, well, partly bad mouth hygiene. I also got pretty fucked up pretty good. Um, and you were like, vanity of vanities. It's all vanities. I was like, hey, Chris told me that before. I think he's reflecting on all the crap he's done, worried about his legacy, and wondering what really matters. Who was in my chat yesterday? There was a man, bought 7. Might have been the day before yesterday. No, it was probably yesterday. I thought he was trolling me. Uh, but no. Well, actually, I thought him and the other lady were trolling me, but it turns out they were not. No, that's exactly what he kept saying. Nothing matters. Because I'd be like, well, what does it mean? And then dude would be like, nothing matters. And it's like, can you stop trolling me? Because things do matter. It took me a while to figure out he was answering my question. Like, he says the same thing. He's like, what matters? This book is about what matters. Well, this book is the question, what really matters. But I seriously think he's afraid of dying. We gotta finish these last 2 chapters real quick. It's only 1 page. 2 pages. Okay. Okay. Cast your bread upon the waters, for you will find it after many days. Give a serving to 7 and also to 8, for you know. What the fuck? Cast your bread upon the waters, for you will find it after many days. Give a serving to 7, also to 8, for you do not know what evil will be on the earth. If the clouds are full of rain, they empty themselves upon the earth. And if a tree falls to the south or the north, and the place where the tree falls, there it shall lie. Okay. Okay. He who observes the wind will not sow, and he who regards the clouds will not reap. As you do not know what is the way of the wind, or know the bones, or you do not know what is the way of the wind, or how the bones grow in the womb of her who is with child. So you do not know the works of God, who makes everything. In the morning, sow your seed, and in the evening, do not withhold your hand, for you do not know which will prosper, either this or that, or whether both alike will be good. That's an answer to the question I've been having about my show. Like, should I just do one thing, or maybe do something with my mom and then like a call-in show or something, you know? And here Solomon's like, do it all, because you don't know. So fuck it, I'm gonna do it all, because I don't know. Truly, the light is sweet, and it is pleasant for the eyes to behold the sun. But if a man lives many years and rejoices in them all, yet let him remember the days of darkness, for they will be many. All that is coming is vanity. There's a festival for these terrible ass people. God commands that they have a feast strictly for feeling bad about themselves. I think it's in July or something. But they have to. Okay. All that's coming. Okay. Okay. Rejoice, O young man, in your youth, and let your heart cheer you in the days of your youth. Walk in the ways of your heart and in the sight of your eyes. But know, for all these, God will bring you into judgment. No, you're not supposed to walk in the ways of your heart. See, he's giving bad advice. We know the heart is evil. They tell us that in a few books back. The things that proceed from the heart are evil. And then Solomon's like, yeah, no, go follow your heart. Just know God's going to be watching, dude. Therefore, remove sorrow from your heart and put away evil from your flesh. For childhood and youth are vanity. Here he goes again. You youngins, get the fuck off my lawn. Get the fuck off my lawn. Man, we're almost done. Uh-oh. All right, last chapter. And then I gotta go to bed. Yeah. I was in a stream earlier and watched wrestling, but I'll just watch wrestling tomorrow. Okay, this is the last chapter. The last chapter. Yeah. Oh, yeah, what was I doing? I was doing this. Oh, man. I don't know what's happening. Okay. What are you saying over here, Chris? Damn it. Trying to see what you said. Okay. This is where I'm at, real quick. Trying to. Okay. Now I'm here. It's childish thinking. You have to get through the nihilistic exponentialism phase, then, like, read the Bible. Isn't that what I did? I'm doing that, right? I don't know what exponentialism is. I don't have that. I am choosing to talk unusually with I about this phrasing. I can phrase mostly wrong. What is look? What is a nihilism exploitationism? What is that? You used all these big fucking words, but then you can't tell me what they mean. No, I bet you I do know that word. I've just never seen it spelled before. This one. Yeah. Exponentialism. Yeah. I don't have that because I don't even know what it is. Thou art. Okay. Well, I don't know what the fuck any of that means either. What are you doing to me? I don't know. You guys aren't even listening to me. I'm just gonna smoke this blunt. I'll read chapter 12 and then pretend like people are listening to me. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, I have no idea what you two are talking about. I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck that means. I don't know. But I don't think I have those things. I want to know. Because now you use words like that. Now I want to know. Do I have that exhibitionism? Do I have that? I don't want to have that. I have so many disorders, man. I don't want another one. Tell me I don't have that one. Will they give me medication for it? Oh shit. Okay. I gotta quit worrying about if that's me or not. I need to read this and make Dustin's lunch. It's almost midnight. Uh-oh. Okay. All right. Last chapter. Yes, last chapter. Okay. Remember your creator in the days of your youth. Before difficult days come and the years draw near when you say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun and the light, the moon and the stars are not darkened, and the clouds do not return after the rain, and the days when the keeper of the house tremble, and the strong men bow down, when the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look through the windows grow dim, when the doors are shut in the streets, and the sound of grinding is low, when one rises up at the sound of the bird, and all the daughters of music are brought low. Also, they are afraid of height. And terrors in the way. When the almond tree blossoms, the grasshopper is a burden, and desire fails. For man goes into his eternal home, and the mourners go about the streets. Remember your creator before the silver cord is loosed. I don't know what that means. Or the golden bowl is broken. The pitcher is shattered at the fountain. The wheel might be broken in the well. Then dust will return to the earth as it was, and the spirit will return to God who gave it. Vanities of vanities, says the preacher. All is vanity. And moreover, because the preacher was wise, he still taught the people knowledge. Yes, he pondered and sought out and set in order many proverbs. The preacher, I guess, who's not David, even though people like to say it's David, but clearly it's Solomon, but okay. The preacher sought to find acceptable words, and what was written was upright words of truth. The words of the wise are like goads, and the words of scholars are like well-driven nails given by one shepherd. And further, my son, be admonished by these of making many books. There is no end, and much study is wearisome to the flesh. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God, keep his commandments. For this is man's. Fear God, keep his commandments, for this is man's all. For God will bring every work into judgment, including every secret thing, whether good or evil. Yay, it's a good time. Have so much fun. Having so much fun. It's a good time. Yeah. I don't know. But I know when I get this new house, me and Neo decided it's better to, because I was like, I need some motivation because I don't have none. And she's like, something happened and it came out to pretending like Jesus is gonna come visit my house. Yeah. So just always act like Jesus is coming over to visit. So that's what I was working on doing. Turns out I'm not very good at it, but I tried. Well, there's no such thing as try. Don't let me fool you. Um, I'm attempting. That's a better word than try because there's no such thing. I am attempting to at least clean the party pen in the kitchen enough for Jesus to come over. He could just use my back door. Okay. Damn. Well, you guys, I gotta make the man his lunch. Although I don't know what I'm gonna make him. Okay. I also love you, but I do have to get off here because I do have to make him a lunch. And then I might actually get some good sleep. Damn. You can almost see Jimmy Juggalo back there. All right. Good night, you guys. I love. Oh, no. Wait, nobody leave. I got an exit song. Okay? So, it's time to give the pillow some head, the sheets some ass, have a postcoital cigarette, smoke a bowl, and then have the sweetest dreams ever. Love you so much. Later, y'all.